Hello beautiful and lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. Welcome to a Grandmaster basic guide to Genji. My basic guide is essentially gonna be everyone else's advanced guide, and this is actually gonna help people that are both new and want to learn the hero and also experience Genjis, especially ones struggling in the lower elo, meaning diamond and below. Even master players and GMs, you can also to a certain extent learn something, even though the GMs might not learn as much. Now, since this is 2019, the hero's been out for a while. If someone sent you this video, posted on a Discord or a Reddit server, or something like that, it means either that he knows that you're new to the hero, you've been struggling a lot playing him, and he just wants to help out because he's such a nice guy, or he's trying to hint at you that, yo bro, you've been playing Genji like a potato plays the piano lately, and I would very much like you to stop throwing in my elo. And if it is the last one, then report that bugger for abusive chat, but let's really just begin. Now, we do need to cover his stats. I know it's fucking boring as shit to listen to the same stats over and over again, but everyone fucking uses his shit the wrong way and misuses abilities and does all that shit wrong when I private coach, so I'm fucking covering the stats, so please just watch it. We'll come to the damage combos, animation cancels, and the positioning and playstyle stuff in the end of the video. Okay, so your 200 health like any normal DPS. As a weeb, you use your shurikens as your weapon of choice. You throw these in bursts of 3. Now you do 28 damage per shuriken, meaning you need 8 shurikens to the body to kill a normal hero, meaning a 200 HP hero, or you need 4 to the head. Now, your primary fire, you throw the shuriken in a line towards the enemy. Now, you fire 1 burst, so 3 shurikens per 1.98 seconds, or 1 burst per 2 seconds. This is used for damage and poking, okay? That's what it's used for. This is precision shots, and it's used for poking. Okay, so for example, you're spamming corners, something is out of range, you use this, or even when tanks are in close range, you can use a secondary fire, which we'll cover right after. You can use this to land triple headshots and bursts like that. Also, if Widowmakers are standing still or Honor standing still, hard scoping like the noobs they are, you can land easy triple headshots. That is when we like to use this thing. Now, then we have your secondary fire, where you throw 3 shurikens in a fan. Because you throw them all at once, you shoot these with a fire rate of 1.3 per second, meaning you shoot way faster than your primary fire. That means that this is your highest damage ability, as the shurikens doesn't do more damage, but you just fire them faster, faster attack speed, meaning faster DPS. So you can use it to break shields and so on, or primarily used in close quarters. And this is where Genji is so fucking amazing, because if someone like a Winston or a Reinhardt or a Reaper or a D.Va, which all have shotguns and Tesla cans and hammers, if you don't want to fight them, you just stay out of range and use your primary fire to headshot them all the time, and it's kiting them. If it's someone like a Widowmaker or a McCree or a Zenyatta or an Ana or someone like that wants to keep you on distance, you can use your thing to close the gap, and then you can use your secondary fire to do the maximum and most efficient amount of damage up close and personal, where it's difficult for them to use, but you practically have shuriken shotguns. Okay, now you have double jump and your wall climb. Stop spamming double jumps. If you spam double jumps, you're really fucking predictable, as you fucking go up in an arch and go down in the same arch. You want to implement your double jumps with your standard strafing. So standard AD strafing, crouch spamming, small jumps, a little bit of wall climbs maybe, and then some double jumps in there. Or to, for example, if you're gonna peek a corner, right, you can double jump around the corner. That way, you don't peak at the same elevation as everyone else, meaning you will avoid the standard headshot head, as most people aim at normal headshot height, especially the better players. If you double jump, you're such a different elevation that you come from an angle they did not expect, and you will probably not get hit by that stupid spam. Wall climb is so essential to Genji, because this explains the playstyle of the Genji hero. We use the wall climb because we are the best high ground controller in the game, and people not using him for high ground control is like locking a sniper, like locking Widowmaker and only using a full automatic gun. You are the best high ground controller. The only one that can match your high ground control skills is a Hanzo player, and those are not as good as you, because if they go up to the high ground ledge and you're already there, you'll win that close quarter fight most likely, as you're a better dueler than a Hanzo. So you are the best high ground controller with wall climb, so use wall climb. It's good to dodge, it's good to high control. Okay, let's move over to your abilities. You have dash, and you can flash, dash, and slash with that. So essentially, you do 50 damage as you move through them. You dash 15 meters, which you remember that number. You dash 50 meters, you do 50 damage. It goes for shields, it goes for heroes. It's super good for kill securing. And when you get a kill, you get it back off cooldown. This is your bread and butter as Genji. You can do a consistently AD damage to 108 stable with a dash melee or a right click dash melee, which I'll talk when I talk about the damage combos. Now remember that as a Genji, we have a foot fetish. Please remember that you have a foot fetish as Genji. You dash onto the enemy, not through them, onto them, so that we are in range of our melee and our secondary fire. To not waste Swift Strike as your ability, remember these rules. These are the rules of Swift Strike. Rules are meant to be broken, but these are the rules of Swift Strike. You dash to when you know you're gonna get a kill, not to deal damage. When you know you're gonna get a kill, that's when you dash, because worst case scenario, you gotta pick and you get the dash reset and you just dash straight back out. Or to position yourself. This is where most people misunderstand what that means. That does not mean dash to the high ground. You can wall climb to the high ground. That does not mean dash around the corner to rejoin the team faster right before the team fight. That is not what it means, because then you won't have dash during the team fight, as it has an 8-second cooldown. What you want to use it for is you're overextended. You pushed up because you were pushing a kill or something like that. You all of a sudden, for some reason, feel like you need to fall back as you are probably gonna die or whatever. Then you can dash to position yourself into a safer position, right? The same goes, and then, this is the theoretical part of a Genji player. If there's a Zenyatta and he has 200 health, and you dash the Zenyatta, right? You dash, you melee, you do damage combos, and then you kill him, and then you dash out. Then you dash to him because you knew you were gonna get a kill on him, so you dash right, and then you also dash to position yourself closer to him, so you could use your right clicks, okay? But always, if you're dashing a target, dashing an enemy, you gotta guarantee yourself that you can get that kill. Then you have Deflect, which also most people misuse somehow. Deflect is not a damage dealing ability. You don't deflect soldier shots straight back at the soldier. Okay? You use Deflect as a personal shield. Think about it like that. Again, rules are meant to be broken, but think about it as your personal shield to block valuable abilities. Flashbang, Fire Strike, Roadhog hooks, Honor Sleep Darts, Helix rockets, and so on. Why is that? Well, if you, for example, you're gonna pick a fight against the McCree. Okay, I can beat the McCree in close quarters, but the McCree has flashbang. If he flashes me, he'll fan the hammer and just insta-burst me. That's why I have Deflect. Without flashbang, the McCree's useless in close quarters, so I can then dash him and kill him and do my stuff to him, right? So therefore, I have Deflect to grant me a shield to block that one valuable ability. I don't care that much about blocking his shots, as it's very difficult mechanically to deflect shots straight back at people, and better higher tier players, when you finally get into elos where you're actually good enough to do so, it becomes a thing that they just won't shoot at the Deflect, right? So just use this as a personal shield to block high value abilities, okay? That also means when you're engaging a Widowmaker, not when you're standing a billion miles away from the Widowmaker, don't try to deflect the headshot back at her. You're not gonna do it, especially if you're like Plat or something. Use it if you're pushing the Widowmaker and she's hard scoping. You need to peek her for a second to, for example, dash onto her, close the gap, however you want to do it. So then you can pop Deflect so you don't get headshot, so you don't die as you're engaging her, and then you dash into her and start fighting her, right? And therefore, we need to save our deflects and not just burn them on random small damage stuff. You save the deflect so you can use it to win a fight, to get one of their valuable, powerful abilities out of the game. Like a Roadhog is nothing without his hook against us. So if we can get that out of the game, then he is just free ult charge and just free kill, right? So by using this to block powerful abilities and so on, and giving us a personal shield so we don't get one-shotted by random bullshit, then we have a powerful tool with the dash and the deflect. Then we have Dragonblade. Last thing. Dragonblade is so powerful. It's one of the strongest ultimate in game, but people for some reason do the math wrong. Okay, and I've said this in so many of my Genji Dragonblade guides. A standard HP hero has 200 health. You do 120 per swing, meaning you need 2 cuts, no matter what, unless you're damage boost or something like that. You need 2 swings to kill him. Adding a dash in between there doesn't help. 120 plus 120 is 240. 120 plus 50, which is your dash, is 170. That's still not enough. You still need to cut them. So just, especially in lower elos, there are rules where we can dash through them to make ourselves more difficult to hit, and so on and so on and so on. But in general, cut and then dash to the next target if that target's out of range. Because there's a big chance that you will, in lower elos, that you will fuck up your mechanics and dash away from him and dash actually out of the range of the target. I see that way too much when I private coach people in gold and plat. And then there's the times where even fucking a GM player that I coached not too long ago on Genji cut and dashed, and then he got pushed by a Lucio because in GM people are good enough to actually know how to peel. So they pushed him backwards. And all of a sudden, he was fucked because now they were amp speeding their team backwards, so he was out of range. He didn't get a single kill with his Dragonblade, even though all he had needed to was cut, he gets pushed by the Lucio, dash back, and then cut once more. Use it as a gap closer, as a movement. You do get your dash back. When you pull the blade, it goes back off cooldown. So use it to close the gaps unless you're nano boosted and so on. Okay, Now we talked about that, so now we talk about damage combos and animation cancel. I'm gonna call your secondary value for a right click because I play on PC and that's super easy for me. So the first one is a dash melee. It's consistently 80 damage and it's just nice to know. This is again a consistent burst of 80 damage. Then we have a right click melee. We right click and have a melee, and that's really just to kill secure someone, right? So we don't have to right click. We can then right click melee to burst someone super fast, okay? It's really good for closer quarters and so on when it's a close fight in between two players. Then we start coming onto your very standard abilities. Right click dash melee is normally the standard engage of the Genji. You right click, toss the Shuriken, dashes, hit the guy, and melee. This is where you can do anything between an 80, which is your dash melee, but if you land one of the shurikens in a right click, that can be, you know, 108 damage, all the way up to potentially one-shotting the guy, okay? Then we have the more difficult version. This is the dash right click melee, and that means essentially that if you are at 15 meter range, approximately 15 meter range, you can dash, right click, so you close the gap with the dash, do 50 damage, right click all three shurikens into him, and melee to finish him off. Okay, that's far more advanced, but it's incredibly nice against stuff like snipers and so on that's at those distances. You can a lot of time do these combos to immediately and quickly burst someone. Remember that you can always cancel deflected with dash, so if you deflect and the Hanzo doesn't shoot at the deflect, he just waits until the deflect goes off the duration, so he can headshot you. You can cancel your deflect by dashing. So therefore you can cancel your deflect and just close the gap so you caught him off guard so he can't time it. Now, besides that, now that you know all of this, now that you know your damage combos, let's talk about how you play Genji. Your target positioning as a Genji player is 15 meters. Meaning if I want to kill someone, like I want to kill this Zenyatta over here, I need to be in 15 meter range. If I'm not in 15 meter range, I cannot kill him. Because again, I do 108 damage with my right click dash melee. So without that, if I'm here, I cannot dash him, and therefore I cannot kill him, because half my damage combo is my dash combos. So from here I can't hit him with the dash, so I can't kill him, right? This dictates a lot of how we play Genji. We play as a Genji on this side of our team, okay? We play on the side of our team to create crossfire, and we love high grounds, okay? Let's say I want to kill this Zenyatta. If I stay in here, first of all, I'll get hit by all kinds of random shit, right? Their Reinhardt will be shielding because my Rein is here, which is 5 players, and this is kind of 4 players. Well, this is also 5 players, yeah, right? So these two are just five players. This is like their full teams. I want to kill this Zen, and I'm here. If I'm here, I can get hit by random shit from the enemy team as my Rein drops his shield or whatever, and that means I can take random damage and randomly get fragged. Right, they'll constantly be low, so I can't engage. Okay? At the second time, they are blocking my shots, my shuriken, so I can't shoot at this end because there's a Rein in front of me, and he's blocking my 5 players. I just happen to be one of them. Okay? And at the same time, if I want to close the gap, I have to run like this. I get hit, I get shot by the Zarya, I get hit, and then I can engage him. Right? This makes no sense, right? Compared to here. This guy cannot heal me. He's not blocking me, he's blocking my team. I can crossfire down onto the Rein if I want to. I can shoot the Rein, I can shoot whoever's in the main group. Or because I'm on this high ground, and remember I'm on high ground, so it's difficult to shoot up at me, and if they do, I can just move back and so on. I can use the cover here. This guy cannot hit me, the Zarya cannot beam me. They're dealing with my team, and therefore I can either shoot directly at the Rein, or I can go for the Zenyatta. Therefore we play on the side of our team. We create crossfire, so we are pressuring this Reinhardt. He needs to, for example, position himself like that and shield there. And what does that do? That opens an opening. Or he needs to back off, and if he does none of them, I can just stand here and farm my blade on him. So either he backs the fuck off, or angles like that. And then opens in an opening for my Zenyatta, or opens the team up my team to flank him and surround them and so on, right? And that's the powerful of flanking. A better way of looking at this position is this. Again, as a Genji, we need to be in 50 meter range of potential kills. That doesn't mean kills that I need to kill. For example, if my Rein does a fire strike onto the Zenyatta here, that's 100 damage. And my combo again does about 108, 80 to 108. So if he gets fire strike, I would love to be able to dash him, right? And therefore, we look for position like this high ground over here, where I can move freely, as we demonstrated here. I'm not going to get hit by the Rein or shot by the Zarya or whatever when I move. And from this position, I have access to anything. If I go here, I have access to anything that's in here. Any target that's here, I can dash and kill, right? And potentially, well, I'll just add this as a part of that. If I'm here, I can get anything that's really here, right? Without too much hassle, let's just say here, just for sake of argument. Okay, and if I'm here, I can get anything within there, right? And of course, I can get anything that's within here, within this box. So I can get, from this high ground, I can legitimately attack anything in this area. anything in this second point that's not the bridge, I can attack and kill and focus. If someone splits, if someone's alone, I can kill them. If the Zenyatta comes from spawn or is alone over here, I can kill him. If the Widowmaker takes a position up here, I can kill him. If their Ryan is weak or their Ryan pushes up, I can shoot and pressure him and I can kill him. I can help my team and I'm active in the team fight constantly. I'm constantly looking for picks, constantly pressuring picks and so on. And that is the power of positioning. This is how you play Genji. You have, that's the Widowmaker. Let's just remove her. Okay, so you have kind of two things that we do as Genji. One, we look for kills. That is anything that my team deals damage to. Maybe someone is out of position. Like, for example, this Ryan right now is overextended as fuck, right? So he's free kill, right? Or this Zenyatta, for example, he's, now that all of these guys are pushing, right? This Sen might not be cared for as much, right? So I can potentially go and kill him, right? And whatnot. So we look for kills, we look for easy frags. That's anything. That's any on the enemy team that is slow, that's get focused by my team. Like, for example, if this Ryan is getting stunned and focused, I can help my team kill him faster, right? So he actually dies. So we look for kills, and if not, then we just build Dragonblade. And building Dragonblade is, you know, we kind of do both. As I deal damage, of course, I'm building Dragonblade. But for example, let's say that this Zenyatta is just protected by everything and everyone, right? There's a break on him, and there is for some reason she's behind here peeling him, and there's also a Kree that's kind of like setting up like some irritating crossfires or whatever, right? So like it's very difficult for me to. I don't feel like I can do anything, and this Zarya is constantly kind of pressuring me. They're all pressuring me on this high ground, so I can't get a kill. Then I just shoot a Ryan. I just create crossfire on this Ryan. And if this Ryan want to move, and this is, again, if this Ryan doesn't want to take damage from me, okay, so he can't stand here, so he needs to move back here, right? Okay, if he holds this corner here, I can still shoot him from here. Okay, he moves back here. Okay, then I can shoot him from here, potentially, or over here, right? He moves back here, so he doesn't get shot from the door. I can still shoot him. Now, of course, their enemy team can also pressure me, but just for sake of argument, okay? Meaning, now he moves here. Now it's difficult because now I need to like stand here, which is practically in the enemy backline, and then I can shoot it, right? So, by me taking this position, I denied that amount of ground for him, hypothetically. Then there's people that can pressure me on the high ground and so on, which is for another story. And of course, the staircase is a little bit scary for me, as that's a staircase where the enemy team can push up and so on, and the enemy is not set up. But the same goes here. From this high ground, if I'm playing up here, for example, I get access to both the Ryan and to his backline, right? So if I'm playing up here or playing here and I can climb up here, for example, I can go for the Zenyatta that's further back, right? So while the Zenyatta of the enemy team is like here, she was supposed to be red to blue, right? When he's there, I can go from now. I can pressure this Zenyatta, I can threaten this guy. So he, for example, needs to move further back, and now he's less effective. Or if he stays there, I can potentially kill him, while I can pressure anyone else here. Compared to if I was playing here in the main group, I could not kill the Zenyatta. The Zenyatta can play super far forward. The Zenyatta can be super aggressive because I'm here. There's no one that's threatening him. So he can just stay here. And I cannot do anything about it. And the enemy team is protecting him. If I'm here, all of a sudden, all of this is threatened. And they either need to kill me or push me away or whatever, or outplay me when I dive them or something like that. If not, then all of this is pressured by me. If anyone goes in here, if anyone gets slow, I can potentially just go and kill them. Okay? Compared to here, where I would be playing with my team, right? That's why we play on the side of our team. That's why we play like this. It's an aggressive way, and this is why we love high ground controls Genji. Now, if you liked, then please like and subscribe with notifications and that stuff. It really helps. I've spent some time on this video. This was requested a long time ago, and I finally decided to go ahead and make this video so that it's so fucking long. If you want to see another hero guide like this, tell me down below what hero you want to see and so on. And as always, if you're interested in hiring me as your private coach, it doesn't matter if you're bronze or top 100, it doesn't matter if you play for a team or not. As long as you can get me a bot, I can help you improve, get better at the game. It's 50 US for a 2-hour session. So if you're interested, hit me up on Discord, which I'll link down in the description, to our amazing Discord community server, my Twitter, and also my Twitch. I love you guys very much. Please take care of yourselves, stay awesome and positive. As always, guys, my name is Jonal, and keep the enemy in your crosshairs.